Oh, whoops. That's not right. Why are you not playing? There we go. Much better. But 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Right, so I think, if I remember rightly, we got to the ghost ship last night. The ghost ship is a pretty cool area. It's one of the first kind of spooky areas you get. There's quite a few areas that are quite spooky. In particular, the ghost ship's a nice little spooky place to get through. There's a couple of really cool items in here, and we'll be able to do a little bit of set up, a little bit of growth for his characters. I think I touched on this last night, but our main number one priority is getting Burn Flame on Fina. So instead of attacking, she's going to be casting Burn over and over and over again. We might have to come back and refill our MP. Justin here needs to focus on getting his axe levels up, so we can access that move there, which is 7. That's 7 and 5, because that's Shockwave, and we really want that. Yeah, so without further ado, we shall continue to dungeon. So you'll notice there's ghost type enemies, so these can be a little annoying, and I'll show you why right now. So if you try and attack one of these, they'll take significantly less damage from physical attacks, basically.
Oh, flame burn 'em!
The other one too, but actually 20. Yeah, if we get 2 enemies overlapped like that, we can get multiple targets with burn. That's really important, because we're only going to be able to cast burn 10 times, and in total we need 73 points. So we're gonna, ideally we need to basically hit 2 targets all the time with burn. That's not going to happen, but it's what we need.
Oh, flame burn 'em!
Oh, we're not doing it.
What a cinch!
It can be a little difficult to see in the hold because it's very, very cluttered. So we can go down here. So yeah, we can go down there, but you don't want to yet, I don't think. Oh no, it's fine. So the jellyfish thing you have to be really careful, you can get ambushed by it quite easily. So this is worth playing with, so we might be able to get 3 here, which would be really good. I don't think we can get 3, maybe 2.
Flame burn 'em.
Yeah, we got 2.
Not bad, eh?
If we go for this left one, we might get both.
Oh, flame burn 'em.
Yeah.
Pretty easy, right, Puppy?
So we need 43 more points. So now we're in the hold. So if you would have kind of come up, you come through that door down there. There's a couple of herbs and stuff down there, but it's not. We haven't missed anything important. The herbs themselves don't necessarily give you that much healing either. This bit's kind of cool.
Look out, Justin!
Justin, are you alright? Are you hurt? Incredible! That was cool, Phoenix. Justin, you looked really uncool. Oh, come on. That was just a little careless. So you can't go out that way, you have to climb down onto here and then come up and around here. So we left a little bit of money, but again, it's really not that much. Ooh, this could be a difficult one. I don't think we'll get 2 here. Let's try. Let's see if we get 2.
Oh, flame burn 'em.
Yeah, very well done. Ooh, we got an axe level for Justin.
Pretty easy, right, Puppy?
Ooh, a wind charm. So this reduces wind damage, and this will be quite useful. The boss that we're going to come up against in this dungeon has access to Howl, which is a very, very large wind-based AoE. So having that will make us a lot more durable. I don't think we'll get 2 here. I'll give it a go though, because I think they'll actually be able to tank Justin soon.
Oh, flame burn 'em.
Ooh, nice, they got shoved together just enough.
What a cinch!
That's a shame they're getting +8 from those. It's not good, we want more. So now we're on the mid deck. And this has some more loot for us, some bits and pieces spotted about. Ooh! It's always nice when you get jellyfish, because if you're lucky, they're close enough that you can get 3. And if you're not, you only get 2.
Oh, flame burn 'em!
Nice, nice. Now that's exactly what we want.
What a cinch!
So we just need 15 more points for Burn Flame. Oh, I fell down. You'd have to be careful, you can fall through the floor, and if you fall through the floor, I think some monsters respawn.
Oh, flame burn 'em! Pretty easy.
Okay, so we just need 2 more points of fire, and we have Burn Flame. So I should probably explain what Burn Flame is. So, Burn is just a basic small fire AoE. Burn Flame does more damage, and it's about 4 times as big. And we can use it for a lot of stuff. Well, we can use it for leveling fire early on, really. Swap out goggles for the pirate hat. Make Justin a bit more durable. Okay, so this is the hall. And there's a blade here. This is the Admiral's sword. And this is probably the best weapon that Justin can have at the minute. Obviously we need the axe and we need mace. So we're only gonna use the Admiral's sword whilst we're fighting the boss, and for the rest of the time we'll just try and level axe and mace basically. Oh, we might be able to get double off here. So that top ammonite is coming in. Yeah, here we go. Might get a double. No, we only got the 1. That should be enough though. There we go. So finally learn Burn Flame, and Burn Flame is going to help us a lot when it comes to farming fire skill points. I should be able to use it actually in the next fight, because there's a save point before the boss. And I'll show you how powerful it is. Okay, so we've got 4 ghosts. We should have access to... yeah, so we've only got 6 MP, so we can only use it once. Just targeting any of these ghostoids will hit them all.
Flame burn 'em!
So that did probably
Pretty
2.5 times the damage. And with that kind of radius, you're guaranteed to get a lot of fire points from it. So let's just check our items. So we go here. Moon salves, she has a residue potion, there's one there. So you get these that permanently increase stats. I'm pretty much unanimously going to dump them on Justin. Justin will eventually just carry the game, to be quite honest. Right, so I'm going to swap to the Admiral's Sword for this next section. And that's just for the damage output. We're immediately going to go back to axes and maces afterwards. Careful, I have a bad feeling, like a predator stalking its prey. But Fina, this is a ghost ship. How does it catch its prey? Justin, the prey is already here. Huh, here? Do you mean us? Justin, look around carefully or it could be fatal. Yeah, hey, what's this? Looks like the ship's log. Maybe the log contains a clue to the mystery. Let's read it. The ship was finally caught by the tentacles of the beast. No choice but to make a final stand. Unless we kill that accursed monster, our voyage has no tomorrow. It ends here. Monster? What could that mean? Shh! Quiet. Something's here. Be careful. Be careful. This is the monster. So this is Squid King, and Squid King is the first of the multi-part bosses, and so there's several sections to Squid King, and one of them will cast Suck In. I think it's Suck In, and the other one attempts to heal. So we'll encounter quite a lot of multi-part bosses, and they each have their own icon on the IP gauge, and each can initiate its own independent action. So you have to be quite careful. You want to focus on interrupting certain bits if you can. So you're given two strategies really. You can sort of thin the herd by defeating the smaller pieces first, or if you want to, you can smash the main boss, like Squid King. If you destroy Squid King, both the tentacles will die with it. So you're kind of given those options. The best thing to do is just open up with Burn Flame, because this'll damage the entire boss quite a lot.
Take this!
Oh, sorry about that, guys. Oh, where were we? Yeah. Burn flame to start the fight, and that'll severely weaken stuff. So like if you look at the right tentacle, there's only 160 HP left on that now, after a V-slash and burn flame. And we can just go ahead and kind of pile it on really. If you've got any grenades, chucking them now is an half decent time. You have to be careful because one of them is capable of healing.
Oh, flame burn 'em!
See, that's quite a large enemy. It's not as big as burn flame, but it's still quite large. So we've lost the right tentacle, and we've just got the left one left. So we can kind of choose between just hammering away really. The best thing you can do with Fina is just leave her where she is and keep her casting. Sue's Rara Trail is really good for maintaining your power. You've only got 2 uses though, so you have to be quite careful. If you take unnecessary damage, it could get pretty rough.
Oh, flame burn 'em!
So Laser Eye as an attack is going to attempt to just fire a giant laser through the arena,
Take
basically.
this!
And we don't really want that to happen. If we can, we could do with getting cancel off. Realistically, I don't think that Sue can get there in time. No. She's just going to eat a load of damage instead. It's not too bad though. Another couple of attacks and we'll actually lose the tentacle. So this is one of the few bosses that I actually recommend you
Oh,
kill
flame burn
the
'em!
kind of side parts with. Some other fights you'll find the side parts just die by accident by using powerful spells, but with this being the first sort of encounter that you come across like this, it's best to just do whatever you can. So Sue's the only one that's going to get hit by laser eye, so I'm just going to defend. So it would have been a lot of damage, it's just been severely reduced. So at this point we can just start dropping damage on the Squid King and it'll die very quickly. Another 5 water. So if we all attack at the same time now, we'll finish it off. There we go. So that's the
Big win for us!
third boss down. And we got a lot of fire experience just from spamming fire over and over again on 3 targets. Okay, so we have to escape now. You should be able to go straight out through the hole. Incredible, Fina can do anything. Oh no, what do we do? The ship's sinking. Don't worry, leave it to me. Come, quick, climb this rope. I'm so glad. Everyone was so worried. I'm so glad you got back safely. Nothing to it. That ghost ship was easier than swabbing the decks. Huh, gotta hand it to you. Oh yeah, I have news. They're gonna let me work on the ship. In the engine room. They're right in the middle of repairing the engine. How about that? Good for you. That giant squid stopped the ship. It was quite a beast. Told you from the beginning, there are no such thing as ghosts. Right, Captain? Good job, Fina. Now we can make it to the new world. I can really depend on you. Oh, Captain, not just me. You've got to thank Justin and his friend too. We defeated the ghost ship by the three of us working together. Of course, you're quite right. I didn't imagine they could accomplish what they did. To tell the truth, I didn't think so either. You were quite an adventurer. You've got a perfect score on your first adventure. You look pretty good there, Justin. Yeah, well, well thanks. This is so embarrassing. This isn't like you, Justin, getting all red-faced like this. Puffy, what are you saying? Yeah, you can just go straight to sleep. Little. You go back to swabbing the decks. You're still apprentice sailors, right? So go to sleep. So it's Justin and Sue. Come to swap the decks. Too bad. You're fired as sailors. You don't have to swap the decks. But fired? Why? What for? We were working so hard. What are those faces for? Just listen to me, okay? We've reached the new world, Elensia. This voyage is at its end. Huh? Look, go up to the bow. You can see the new world. Justin, what's wrong? I can see it. There it is. Huh? Wait up, Justin. Dun, dun. Incredible, said Justin. With that much space, we can do a lot of adventures. Puffy, don't worry. There's plenty of delicious food here, right, Justin? Say, you listening, Justin? Yoo-hoo, Justin. Oh, I heard you, sir. The new world. We're really here. I can't wait to find out what's out there for us, Justin. Good morning, Justin and Sue. Hi, Fina. New Palm. It's been a while. You two, is this your first time in the new world? Welcome to New Palm, to Alancia, the continent of dreams and hopes. You two are very welcome. Continent of dreams and hopes. I know your dreams will come true, Justin. Say, Justin, get ready to go ashore. Tell me when you're going ashore, I'll go with you. Great, we're finally going to land in New Palm. There's not really much to do on the ship. So, for this next portion of the game, we're basically going to... Yeah, yippee! We did it. We're the first ones here. We basically explore the new continent, and we get wrapped up in some glorious adventures. But we also get access to his first set of mana eggs, and the mana eggs let you unlock an element of magic for people. So we can teach Sue and Justin magic. Wow, we really did it. We've come to a new land. You're right. Now I can finally start the great adventure I've been dreaming about. Oh, I can't wait. You two are just too much. So what do we do next? Huh, Justin? I'm going to the Adventure Society. I've got an intro letter from my mum. Oh, the Adventure Society. You mentioned that before. I guess this is where we say goodbye. Huh? Aren't you coming with us, Finn? Sorry, but I have a reason. If you like, come see me at my house. Just take the road from New Palm and follow the Merrill Road. Okay. As soon as I get the chance, I'll be sure to go visit. Goodbye, Finn. Oh no. What's the matter, Finn? I've got something important. Justin, could you raise your hand like this? Oh, what for? It's okay, just raise your hand. Come on, hurry. Just as I thought. Well, here goes. Finn. I get it. The adventure is great. Cool, isn't it, Justin? Justin, you seem to have what it takes to be an adventurer. How about another adventure sometime? Well, time to say goodbye. May you have the protection of the spirits on your great adventure. So we're temporarily going to lose Finn, but it's nothing to worry about. The town of Pan has all sorts going on really. And you can chat to the locals. There's a lot of flavour in it really. There's markets and all sorts of bits and pieces going on. There's not that much going on though. This is the Adventurous Society info desk, which I'll just tell you to go to the main town really. I'm so sleepy today. Wonder if I get paid just for sleeping. Huh? Do you have some business here? Some business? Well yes, I want to become an adventurer. Oh no, what a hassle. The procedure is to go to our main office in the plaza at the town centre. So I come over to the town of Pan. So there's a adventurous hotel and the store. So check the store first. So you'll notice this magic crook. If you look at that, you can buy with the mana egg that we got from the Squid King an element. So we want to strategize before we get to a certain part in the game. We want to give people water, but it's very, very important that we get Justin started on Fire and Earth ASAP. Personally, I would opt to give him Earth. Earth is quite useful. Actually, no, we'll give him Fire. We'll give him Fire for now. And that'll teach him Burn, but you'll notice if you check his skills, Fire is level 1 for Justin, so we've got 3 levels to gain to get to Burn Flame. But you'll notice that one of his skills has opened up. So if you look there, he's got 12 sword and 8 fire, and that gives him an attack called Lotus Slash, and that's a fire-based skill. And they're really, really good. So anything that uses 2 types in this game is super, super beneficial. So let's have a look. So there's a great sword, which is better than the sword we've got. An iron mace and a hatchet. We also have stuff like the thorn whip and the hunter's bow. Out of all of them, I'd say go with the hatchet. Rather than the mace, the 10 action is actually a really heavy penalty, and it doesn't really make up for it. So you can trade in his Admiral's sword if you want to. We're gonna put a lot of effort into swords later on, but we don't need them right now. So don't get too attached to weaponry in this game. You don't need it all. So we can either give a mace or a bow to Sue. Now's a good time to give her a bow instead, to be quite honest. So this is bamboo armor, which is a decent upgrade for both people. So get those. Shell shield is pretty good for both as well. Sue will have mittens, so she'll get the most out of it, and Justin just has a oaken shield. The cowboy hat is comparable to the pirate hat, so whoever doesn't have that gets this. Sue has the safe helm, so you only get 1 defense, so it's not that important. Hunter's boots give you a bonus to defense at the cost of movement. So honestly, I'd just keep the air sneakers. Like, a couple of points in defense in this game really don't add up to a lot. Not really. So you can go ahead and sell any of your junk, so hand axe, goggles, ribbon, swords, metal bats, herbs, cutting board. You want to keep your your wound salves and first aids for now, because we're not gonna pick up healing stuff until we need it. It's gonna put us at a bit of a disadvantage. So you can pick up the spells in any order you want, but we're gonna get 5 mana eggs before a very important area where we can kind of make full use of the mana eggs that we've got. So we want Fire and Earth on Justin, and then you want water on Justin and Fina, and then with the 5th egg, if you want to, you can give water to Sue, which is actually beneficial. If you don't want to do that, I would suggest giving wind to Fina, and start leveling that. Welcome to the Adventurous Society. What kind of adventure would you like? At the Adventurous Society, we've set up all kinds of adventures to meet the needs of our dear customers. Set up adventures? I'm not sure what you mean. Well, anyway, I'd like to go to Alent and see the Angelo civilization. Alent for the Angelo civilization? I'm afraid we haven't prepared any tours for that area. But if you'd like to see some ruins from Angelo, you can go to the Dom ruins south of New Palm. That's fine, we should have to find something good if we go to the Dom ruins. How do we get there? Unfortunately, we found that the Dom ruins tour is kind of dangerous, so we don't send tours there anymore. You don't go because it's dangerous? An adventure should be dangerous. Sounds like you want to be an adventurer, is that right? Come on, is that right or not? Then you need to be a member of the society. You need the president's okay. He's back there in the office. If we become members, will they guide us to the Dom ruins? I'm afraid no one goes there now. Once you remember, you get a map of Valencia. You can go on your own. Oh, one more thing. If he asks for a password, it's I'm Mr. Paycon's servant. Yup. Got it? Mr. Paycon? My mother's letter is addressed to a Mr. Goss. The president's office is back there. Please be honest and polite with the president, okay? To enter, you must say the password. Say it right or I won't let you in. I'm Mr. Paycon's servant. Ding dong. Okay, you can come in. Yup. I'm Mr. Paycon, President of the Adventurous Society. Yup. You need my help with something? Huh, you were the president? You must be joking. I thought the Adventurous Society president was the Mr. Goss. Goss was my daddy. He died a long time ago. But I'm the president. Yup. Really? I mean, so you are. Justin, don't forget to ask about joining. Right, well, since Goss is dead, I have no choice but to deal with this bozo. Anyway, we'd like to join the society. How do we do that? Our membership's already full. Yep. You gotta get some adventurers to lend you their adventurers passes. Yep. Now, wait just a minute. Look here, I've got a letter of introduction from my mother. My father was an adventurer. He knew Mr. Goss. So I see. So, you thought this piece of paper would get you an adventurer's pass? I'm the one who decides who gets to have a pass. Yep. Just toss that piece of garbage. I made up some new adventurers passes when I became the president. Yep. Clever, huh? Well, what is this? It's got Fina's picture on the cover in this kitschy pink colour. Yeah, her picture looks terrible. Fina's on the cover because she's a cute babe. Yep. Fina's also our #1 adventurer. And she's my fiance. Yep. We're a real lovey-dovey couple and we're getting married soon. Yep. No kidding. Why would Fina want to marry some clown like you? What? That's rude. No, I'm never going to let you into my adventurous society. Don't act so big, dude. You're just my servant. What? Your servant? Since when did I become your servant? Since before you came in here, remember? You said, I'm Mr. Bacon's servant. So there. Yeah, but I'm never going to let rude people like you into my adventurous society. Now go home. Yep. Wow, looks like we hit a snag here. Forget the adventurous society. I can go on an adventure by myself. If you look over here as well, you'll see like a Fina doll, and then he's got a poster of her. She's got like posters and all sorts. Dude's a creep. So, didn't know the Adventurous Society had a new president. But anyway, why would Fina get engaged to someone like him? What do you think, Sue? Well, it's hard to understand, but I think Fina's got bad taste. Even so, we don't have other plans. Let's go see Fina at her house, huh? I'm sure she'd at least lend us a map. To get there, we just have to leave New Palm and take the Merrill Road. Come on, Justin, let's go. So we just need to head outside of town. So the Merrill Road where we're going has a manor egg that we can pick up. So it's similar to what Fina was doing, we want to try and get multiple targets.
Burnout!
It can become slightly annoying because compared to Fina, we probably genuinely do more damage by just attacking.
Hip hip hooray!
If you get to a good old brawl with just about everything that comes across, you'll eventually level up your magic and stuff. Oh wow, we only got one. Justin's not well suited for magic, to be honest. Like his attacks will generally do more damage. So normally I'd consider getting water first, especially if I was new to the game, just so you can heal. Water gives you a single target healing ability that's pretty good, to be honest. So it's worth it just for that. The reason that we don't want to get Earth though is Earth
Burnout!
uses like a buffing spell on your party, and at this point in the game you only have 2 people. Oh, that was rough. And because you've only got 2 people at the minute, it limits how much skill points you can actually get.
Burnout!
Oh, we've got 3. Where possible, we always want to make use of, like, you just want to be more efficient now you pick up points.
Alright, we won!
So Justin's doing quite well. He's probably not going to level up fire before we get out of this area. Just for good measure, really. So Sue is currently poisoned, and that's going to chip away at her for quite a while. We should eventually get like antidotes dropped in this area. But honestly, the best thing you can do is to just eat through all of your burn spells and then just resort to attacking after that. If you think you can get 2 hits, like, go for it. Otherwise, probably better off not, to be honest.
Alright, we won!
So these are not particularly stacked up, so we kind of need to lower them in. Oh, that's not been very good.
Alright, we won!
We might be able to get to here. Well, actually, if Sue shoots that front cobra, it should knock it back enough that we can.
Burnout!
Yeah, there we go.
All right, we won.
You just have to, if any of your party gets poisoned by the snakes, you just kind of have to be a bit diligent about making sure they're healed up, and they're otherwise okay. Earrings are good. You get poison resistance. They're also worth a bit. So, a lot of these accessories you get are actually really useful just to sell them. So it acts like this is the way to go, but I don't think it is.
Hip hip hooray!
Ah, there it is. So that's the man rag that's in this location. So we're going to get one here. There's another one coming up in the next kind of dungeon area that we go to.
All right, we won.
Let's have a look how much we got. We've got 2 MP left. There's not a great deal knocking about in this place other than this. So I think we can get a double off down the bottom here. If we hit the first blood bird, I think we can push it into the other bird.
Burnout!
Oh wow, I just tanked it. Whoa. Let's get a rah-rah cheering.
Come on, puppy! Pop, pop! Pop, pop! Let's go! Here we go!
All right, we won.
so that's the exit over that way. I just want to mop up a couple more things first. Ooh, that might be close enough to get a double burn.
See my power!
We're probably very close to a level. We're probably like 80.
What a cinch!
98. Oh, rough. 2 more points and we'd have leveled up. We still wouldn't have enough MP to do anything with it, but we'd have leveled up. Yeah, no. The entire pie is poisoned.
Hooray!
It's okay, we're about to head to a rest location, so that's not that big of a deal. So now that we've got that egg, we can go back to the town of New Palm to spend it, but we can just head straight to Fina's house, because nothing's gonna... We're not gonna have like a dungeon to go through or anything. So this is Fina's house, huh? Looks like a really well built house. I wonder if she built it herself. Cool. This furniture seems like it was handmade by Fina. I'd like it to show me around here. Oh look Justin. Oh, how cute. I'd like to have one of these. So you don't go around touching stuff, Fina might get mad at you. These are the panties. Fina's panties have been taken. Oh, Justin and Sue, you've come to visit. I'm so glad you came. So soon, too. Hey, you've got a raid from Luna Fair. How's it going, Luna? Welcome in, Luna and all. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Oh, I'm doing great. We had a pretty good night in Final Fantasy, doing a little bit of progress and a little bit of re-clears, and now we're playing some Grandia. You've arrived at just the right time. These two complete reprobates have just walked into Fina's house and picked up her panties, so we need to deal with that first. Well, I mean, it's just that, well, Sue? Hi, Fina. Justin, what have you got in your hand? Oh, Justin, what are you doing? These are mine. Fina's panties were taken. Oh dear, I usually don't leave this place in such a mess. No, it's fine, Fina, really. What's wrong with you two? You're both blushing. I was just showing him something, that's all. Well, hey, are either of you hungry? Let's have something to eat. Yes, so classic. That was delicious. I hadn't expected you to be such an accomplished cook. This mint tea is really good. Seems like Fina can do everything. Yeah, but Fina, you're living here all by yourself, right? Don't you get lonely sometimes? Yeah, I'm permanently hungry. I'm currently attempting to diet, which means I am just permanently hungry. There's just no change. Oh, I guess so. But I wouldn't ever be lonely if you lived here too, Justin. Who? Me? But I've got adventures. Still, okay, I guess so. Just kidding, just kidding. Justin, you thought it was serious? No, I mean, heck, I thought you were probably joking. Still, I liked your answer. Well, anyway, Justin, was there something else you wanted to talk about? So what is it you wanted to talk about, Justin? So, we went to go see the president of the Adventurers Society, who is dressed like a clown, and says that Fina is engaged to him. Be right back, short break, and testing my new cheese dip, chips, crackers. Are you engaged to Bacon? That reminds me, President Bacon said something really weird. He said you and he were engaged. No? Really? Engaged? That's Bacon for you. Spreading nonsense like that.
Hello there.
Why, hello there, Zen. No matter what I said, Bacon just wouldn't listen to me. What a nuisance. That's why I came here right away. I didn't want to run into Bacon. I really wanted to show you around. Now I understand. I thought that was kind of strange. Now we get it. Huh, Justin? So, Justin, is that what you want to ask? May I borrow your New World map? I want to go to the Dom Ruins. Would it be okay if I borrowed your map of the New World? Didn't you join the Adventurers Society? They should give you an Adventurers map when you join. Join the Adventurers Society? Never! That dude is no adventurer. He's just a lousy tour guide. That president is a blabbering idiot. How'd a fool like him get to be the president of the Adventurers Society? Fina, you're different, right? You're a real adventurer. Still, I'm at a loss. The Adventurers Society rules say I'm not supposed to lend the Adventurers map to non-members. Also, if I lend my map to you, Justin, I can't continue my own work. So Justin, is that all you wanted to ask? Won't you go on an adventure with us? Fina, why don't you come adventuring with us? To search for the legendary Angelo. You said it was the Salt Ruins on the continent of Messina, right? It would be incredible if the ancient ruins really did work. They do work. They do, Fina. A girl named Liete told me so. She told us to head for Elena. Really? Is it true? Then the Spirit Stone is real? I thought Justin was dreaming. But that's great. That's quite a discovery. Anyway, I'm sure some secrets of Angelo are hidden in the Dom Ruins. So come with us to find them, Fina. Thank you for inviting me, Justin. But I just can't. I'm afraid the Adventurers Society's rules say I'm not allowed to go there. Really now, Fina. All I hear from you is rules, rules. Should there be any places, anywhere, where adventurers can't go? Justin, don't confuse pros with amateurs. Pros must follow the rules. That's the way it is for us pros. If an adventurer breaks the rules, his pass gets taken away and he's out. Justin, you must understand how hard it would be for an adventurer to be unable to go on adventures. So I need to hold on to this pass. That's where you're wrong. No adventures without a pass? No choice of destination without an okay? What kind of an adventurer is that? No one decides where the wind blows. Only the wind can determine that. A true adventurer is like the wind. Why are you so quiet now, Fina? You're not like those nerds in the Adventurers Society, are you, Fina? No, but... Huh? What's that music? My dearest Fina, I've come for you. I hope. I heard someone say, "Are you Justin?" That voice. Wait here, Justin. I'll take a look outside. Yeah. Justin, that was Fina. Huh? Where's Fina? Justin, look, over there. Go on home, Pacon. I told you to never come here again, remember? Ah, but tonight is the night when our hearts will be united. Yup. Once you and I are married, Fina, we can wash our underwear together as a couple. Yup. Jesus. Go wash your own underwear, Pagan. I've no interest in marrying you. How many times must I tell him? Oh, don't be so shy. Yup. I know that you're really crazy about me, Fina. Yup. Anyway, if you don't marry me, I'm going to take away your adventurer's pass. So there. And if I do that, you can't go on any more adventures. Yup. Pecon. That should have nothing to do with whether or not we get married. Pecon, you're such a sleazebag. Fina just plain hates your guts. Can you get that into your head? What are you doing here at Fina's house, Are you her boyfriend or what? Me? I'm just, well, I'm a friend, I suppose. No, wait a minute. Actually, Justin is my fiancé. We're getting married. Fina? Look, we've got to coordinate our stories. If we don't, we'll never get Pecon to give up, will we? I'm in love with him, Pecon. He proposed to me a year ago, so I'm afraid I can't marry you. Yeah, she's right. Keep your paws off my girl. Sorry I never mentioned it to you, Pecon, but I'm sure you'll find somebody else and you'll be very happy. Bacon. That's too bad, my dear Fina. You've been claimed by that silly boy. You know what? I'll help you. This is the kind of thing I have my bodyguard along for. Yep. Master Chang, come on.
Hiya! Hiya!
Justin! Ouch. What's this? Alright, Justin. You came too. Oh, did that guy Chang beat me up? Sue, where's Fina? Those guys took her with them. Said they're gonna have a wedding. So Justin, what should we do? I got it, Sue. We're gonna go save Fina. I won't let Pecon have his way. That's just what I was thinking. Let's go. We're off to New Palm. So we're off back to New Palm. I'm gonna go crash a wedding. Hang on, there's a button. Get out of here somehow. This way. So we're back in New Palm. So if there's any equipment you couldn't buy before that you want, you can go get that now. But we can go spend as Bannerang. I've never been a big fan of like cheese and onion dip and stuff like that, but like actual cheese dip just freaks me out a little bit. So we've got a Bannerang. The best thing we can probably do is so in an ideal situation we'd want to get Earth for Justin, but we can't really level it up that quickly. So I'm going to give Water for Sue. I do like to give Sue a Bannerang. It does make her a bit more useful. So if you have a look at Sue, for 10 mace and 3 water, she has a move that she can use. But basically for 3 water we get a spell called Snooze. And Snooze affects the entire map and attempts to put everything at sleep. And it's going to form the basis of, well, I don't want to say a grinding strat because that's not quite right. It's going to let us level up water magic very quickly. So we're basically looking for the church that I can't remember where it is. No, that's not it. But yeah, how was your stream, Lou? I'll chuck you a shout out, and then I can figure out, I can find out what you've been playing then. Oh, Pokemon Legends! I need to pick that up actually. Mansion 3. Where's the... There we go. So this is the wedding that we can't get to. Authorised personnel only. So we're gonna have to find a way to sneak into the church. So if you head round the back, there's this church storeroom. And we can proceed down into the underground passage. So in here, somewhere, there's another mana egg that we want. But it's filled full of critters for us to fight. Well, I'm glad you had fun. That Pokemon game does look quite interesting. I must admit, I got Sword and Shield, so the young lad liked Pokemon as well, so I usually get both Pokemon games that come out together, so we can trade Pokemon with each other. And I quite enjoyed that one, to be honest. But at the same time, it was a bit hit and miss. Like, I think with me being slightly older, and you know, when I was younger, my generation of Pokemon, so to speak, was like Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Gold. So the newer ones, the newer format ones, just kind of they missed the mark ever so slightly for me. I quite enjoyed Pokemon Sword and Shield up until I wasn't a big fan of the multiplayer sort of components and the Dynamax in dens, really. The best way to explain it is some of the newer ones have like gimmicks in them, where rather they're just focused on developing like a comprehensive traditional Pokemon game.
Burnout!
GBA Gem, yeah.
What a cinch!
See, Sword and Shield were quite interesting because it was just so easy to level your characters, your Pokemon, that you didn't really have to, like, you didn't have to put many hours in to like finish the game. You just had to like find a bunch of Pokemon you wanted, and you'd just get candies thrown at you. Like, the amount of candies you'd get thrown at you just kind of made the whole micromanaging of levels and things kind of irrelevant, really. I think I ended up with like a Seismitoad. I ended up with like a Seismitoad,
See my power!
a couple of other Pokemon, and they were just so powerful, it was ridiculous. And the Dynamax in dens are really weird because they obviously have those like ultimate shields that you have to get through, and they kind of, they made it more of a puzzle, so you needed specific Pokemon to solve the puzzle, really. Because rather than train of thought there. Rather than like, you know, there was less strategy involved. It was more about the puzzle of Dynamax rather than, you know, moves and strategies and things like that.
we won!
Yeah, the big areas were interesting. So I think that's one of the differences. Like, some of the games have roaming Pokemon, which makes sense and is kind of fun. But then you also get the opposite of that in Sword and Shield, where you have like different weather, different seasons, and it causes Pokemon to occupy the big wild place. Which, when you start playing it, is kind of cool, and then when you're a fair way into it, it's less cool. You've got well, everything's in the same place. You just go there at different times. I mean, they still had traditional routes, but they weren't the same as the routes you were used to. I have a lot of love for Pokemon games though. They're very comfy to play, they're very... More often than not, they tend to be quite satisfying. Well, yeah, like, I would love... When they're doing this, like, swath of remakes, I'd love, like, genuine remakes. Believe it or not, I was actually quite impressed with, Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. They were really cool. Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee were fantastic games. They were a little like... They were slightly problematic in the fact that, like your Pikachu and your Eevee could learn like ridiculous moves. Like, all of a sudden your Pikachu's got a bug attack and that sort of stuff. That was a bit ridiculous. But like, the throwback, the like sheer nostalgia of it was actually quite good. And the whole catching system that they'd ported over from like Pokemon Go, that wasn't that bad. So I quite enjoyed Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. To tell the truth, I was kind of hoping for more of that with the newer games. So what I'm trying to do here is hit as many enemies as possible with spells at the same time, because it increases how much experience you earn. I think the best way to explain it is you'll get, say, 4 points of experience for hitting an enemy with fire, and hitting 4 at once gives you 16, and you only have like 9 MP to work with. So you want to hit as many things as possible to get your skills up. You need 100 points to level them up. And we will get there. Also, the music of this game is absolutely bopping. Okay, so this mud jelly here, we can try and push it, and we might be able to get like 3 enemies at once.
Burnout!
Yeah, I got 2.
We won!
If we use the fire spell one more time, we'll get to level 3. What's this? Oh, it's a shell shield. We've already got one, but we can give that one to Fina when we get her back. So if no one cottoned on, this is like my feel-good game, and it's hands down, I consider it one of the best games ever made. But it ties a very weird trinity of games together that I consider like the best JRPGs, and this is right up there for me with Final Fantasy IX and Final Fantasy IV. I think the only games that I know that come close to those games is probably Shadow Hearts. So we've got another level of fire, so we don't have much MP left, but if we can get Justin another rank of fire, he'll get Burn Flame, and Burn Flame is really powerful for leveling. Oh wow, they got an ambush off. Impressive. Indivisible, I haven't played that. Also, now that Sue's injured, we are going to execute the best ability in the game. And we're going to see a lot of it.
Come on, puppies! Let's go! Here we go!
All right, we won!
Rah-rah cheer. Oh yeah, we got 2 off, nice. I think I'm going to try and record the cheer and see if I can't get it a bit louder. It's like sound alerts is so quiet. I've been into sound alerts and like crank the volume up to maximum, which doesn't seem to make any difference. Head through here. So I think we've run out of... Yeah, that's unfortunate, we could have got 4. I will fix that eventually, and we'll get some like loud sounds in it. It's on my list. It's on my list of things that I need to resolve. I also decided to make an Instagram account about 2 weeks ago, and I haven't got around to that either.
All right, we won!
We've got, yeah, so this is an Iron Mix. So I think that's the way out, but you'll find that by going through there, we go on to the... Oh no, we've got more to do yet, I think. Maybe. Oh no, so we can recover here, but we haven't got the mana egg yet. So I'm just going to recover, drop a save, and go back down there, because we really want that mana egg. can see what things we can bosh. So we need to get the water level lower over here. So I think what we need to do is, if we go back the way we came, we should be able to mess with a gate to raise and lower the water. This one. And that should let us go back this way. Yeah, so the lower level's free now, and we should be able to explore down there a little bit further. Also, we've got more fire casts, so we can cast more fire spells.
Burnout! Alright, we won!
I'll have to look into Indivisible. So Sue does have some magic that she can use, and her magic at the minute is designed for healing. So when we get scratched up a bit, we needed to cast heal.
What a cinch!
Oh, that's probably an ambush. Yeah, so Sue's just got 8 healing spells that she can cast at the minute.
Come on, get up!
It does the job.
Alright, we won!
So you get a set amount of health, skill points for using the heal skills, which kind of get lower based on how high your, there we go, how high the character is that you're healing. But we can find a way around that, and we will do shortly. This is a JRPG, and I do like to find ways to kind of break them or like forge ahead with them. One of the fun things you can do is you can cast healing magic from the menu. So she's missing 2 HP right now. She's got a magic and Sue. She's got 8 experience. If you cast heal on herself, she just gained another 8 experience just by casting heal on herself for 2 HP. And we can abuse this because there's traps on the map that do damage to you, and when you get hit by a trap, you can then heal yourself. And it's going to become incredibly prolific when we go here, we go through another field map and then a dungeon, and when you go into that dungeon, you can abuse traps in there, and we can rank our water magic up quite a lot. Look, Justin. Uh-oh, looks like they've already started. Do you, Pacon, take Fina as your lawfully wedded wife, to love and to cherish in sickness and in health, for as long as you both shall live? Yeah. Oh yeah, you betcha. Yup. Now if anyone objects to this wedding, let them speak now, or forever hold their peace. What's going on here, father? This isn't right. And now the groom may kiss the bride and be forever united in holy. What? Kiss the bride? Okay, Fina. Here's where we kiss. I'll do the kissing. All you have to do is pucker up. It's okay. Yup, yup. I'll kiss you gently. Look, I'm holding back. Yup, yup. That creep Pecon. I'm putting a stop to this right now. Justin, we can go this way. Let's hurry. It's okay, we shall bonk the man's on. Let's go, Sue. Let go of Fina right now. If you get even one drop of your snot on her, I'll beat you to a pulp. Yeah? Yuck. Let Fina go, Pecon, or I'll bust up this whole wedding. That's right, Pecon. A wedding should be a bride's dream come true. This is a sham and we won't allow it. You're not going to let you ruin my wedding. Master Chang, come get them. Come on. So Master Chang knocked out Justin last time, and we're going to get our brutal revenge on Master Chang. Ha! I invited Master Chang just in case something like this came up. Oh, it's you. I'm not letting you get me again. Fight! So Sue and Justin get into a fight with Master Chang. Master Chang is actually quite dangerous. If he wants to be. So the absolute best thing to do is just, if he targets a player with a special move, if it's spin kick, just keep your distance and blast him with spells. And if it's tornado uppercut, it's single target, you just need to defend. As long as you're defending against his initial target, you're generally fine. He hits very hard compared to previous encounters. So what I'm going to do here is split up my party, and it's to force Chang to only be able to spin kick one of them. Oh, thank you for the follow, Sir Flauschko. Is that how you pronounce that, Sir Flauschko? Bandkai! God. They're bringing out more Bleach. There should be a new season of the anime. It's not... It's almost.
See my power!
Is it Sir Floshko? Not Flosh?
See my power!
But I've always found it hit and miss with anime games, and I have a particularly bad Oh! So it'd be like Sir Flauschko. I'm getting there.
Come on!
Excellent. Yeah, I've hit and miss with anime games. There's a Full Metal Alchemist game for like the Game Boy Advance or something. I remember that, and I used to quite frequently get the Dragon Ball games. So that's an adorable name. Yeah, I used to get the Dragon Ball Z games, and then I got, was it Z Fighters? Is it called Z Fighters? Dragon Ball. I got the Tenkaichi games, and then I got the one that came afterwards. And I was playing it on Z Fighter mode, and I got absolutely ruined by Frieza. I've never bought a new one. Never bought one again. But yeah, you just keep blasting Chang with fire.
Burnout!
This doesn't do the most damage. I just want experience for fire. Realistically, we're probably not even going to get a level out of it.
Burnout!
Yeah, for some reason, Master Chang is going after Sue.
Burnout!
I don't know why, but he really doesn't like Sue. Maybe this is undeniable proof that he's a bully. It's a bit extreme. She's a 10-year-old child, Master Chang. She's 10 years old.
Burnout!
Oh, that might kill her, to be honest. She can't guard that. Ooh. Okay, so... Tell me about it. So, if he wants to be particularly nasty, yeah, he's going to do it. Right, hopefully we'll get Sue as well. Oh, nice. You have to be really careful with Chang. He's really quick. Right, one more fire and then we can just pound it.
See my power!
Ah, there we go. Justin's learned Burn Flame. Fantastic. Just in time. So, when enemies attack you or you attack enemies, if you hit them, if you hit each other at the right time, you get counter damage, which is like a bonus extra bit of damage. So, right, like Chen's doing a combo, which is 2 attacks. So if you can fit an attack in between those two, he'll get stuck. And what's going to happen now is, because Sue's interrupted him, if Justin has enough time, Justin can also get 2 hits in, and he'll take more counter damage. Yeah, there you go. So it added like nearly 20 damage onto it. So it's, if you can find a hole for it, it's well worth slotting in there.
Come on, get up!
So that attack's really annoying as well, because it does this like stun effect to you. It's not massive, but it's enough to delay your IP gauge enough that you don't get another turn before he does. It's quite annoying. If there's only one person left alive, he can just chain tornado punch. Oh, here we go. Right. Can we get W break off before he gets that off? No, we can't. He's going to hit me. No. Oof. 28 damage.
Come on, get up!
There we go.
Slice car!
There we are. So that's boss number 4, I think.
Alright! Big win for us!
Yeah, boss 4. What are you doing? You're messing up our wedding. It was messed up from the beginning. What kind of wedding is this anyway? You took Fina and forced her into it. Yeah, so what if I did? As president, I've got the right to... Okay, Fina, no wedding, no pass. So you're going to give it back? I'll forgive you if you change your mind now. So, dear Fina, come fly into my arms. Fina, come on, let's get going. Fina. She can't do it. She knows if she gives up that pass, she'll never have another adventure. Paycom, here. Take your silly old adventures pass. I don't need it anymore. What are you saying? I finally remembered something. An adventurer's as free as the wind. Fina. How could I forget such a thing? We choose the adventurer's path to be free like the wind and the clouds. No one decides where the wind blows. This pass cannot bind the soul of a true adventurer. Farewell. Tomorrow I'll be one with the wind. Only I will decide where to blow. Ah, my dear Fina. Thank you, Justin and Sue. You've rescued me. Yes, but now you're not a member of the Adventurous Society anymore. Right, and I'm so glad too. I'm no longer who I was till today. So, let's go, all three of us. What the? Hip hip hooray! Congratulations to the newlyweds. Hey, look at this. So young and innocent. They're so shy and so cute. Look, they're made for each other. It's true, I'm so envious. I sure hope someday I'll have a beautiful bride like her. Huh? Hey, who are you? What happened to Mr. Paycom? What? Well, what am I saying? I won't be a party pooper. This is a wedding! A joyous occasion. Time to celebrate. Yeah, that's right. So, let's wish them well to their new life. My, don't they look good together? A lovely couple. Well, can't believe it. What do we do, Fina? What do we do? Well, let's go back to my house. It's embarrassing to stay here. It's so funny. Everyone knows I didn't marry Paycom, but they kept on partying anyway. You should have seen Justin's face. It was so funny. He looked so bewildered. Man, that was something. Well, you both must be tired, eh? Please make yourself at home and rest here as long as you like, okay? So much has happened since that day, when I finished setting up this tent. I remember the day I let a little lost sheep sleep in bed with me, and when my tent was almost blown down. This tent always gives me a warm welcome when I come back after a few days on an adventure. Tell me, Justin, how did you feel on the night before leaving on your adventure? Were you afraid? Huh? Afraid? Why would I be afraid? I was too excited to sleep. Okay, maybe I was a little bit worried. Without knowing it, I came to think that the real adventures are those sanctioned by the Adventurers Society. That's pretty strange, eh? I mean, people must have had adventures long before that society was formed. Zen! You can't give away spoilers for a 15-year-old game! Wait. A 25-year-old game! I'd really like to go see all those sights you'll be seeing, but... Jeez, it fucking is 20... I'm 30! It's a 25-year-old game! Jesus! Bad spoilers! Honestly, while spoilery, this is a pure adventure about a ginger kid. Like, something's going to happen. But okay, enough for today. It's bedtime. Justin and Sue, you'll be leaving early tomorrow, right? Look at Sue just passed out under a little blanket. Hey, where's Fina? I wonder where she went. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Good morning, Justin. Did you sleep well? Huh? Oh, I see. Hey, Justin, do you know where the wind is coming from? This wind starts in the mountains over there, and it carries the birds' calls and the scent of the trees. The forest. I was thinking about the wind a lot last night. What does the wind see? If we were flying like the wind, I wonder if the things that you see would be the same things I see. Feel it? I love the wind. I'd forgotten how this feels. Thanks for helping me remember. Let's go, Justin. Let's go where the wind starts. Oh yeah, let's go, Fina. So when do we leave? Naturally, we're leaving right now. I wouldn't wait another second for this feeling, this moment. Well, Mullen, have you found the last piece? So, Kat tells me that Muller, or Mulle, I don't know how you'd pronounce it, in German is cat. So the blonde-haired guy is like essentially Colonel Cat. And it's funny, because he's like he's quite a cute soldier. And he's a little feisty as well. But I'm quite interested actually, because the original Grandia on Sega Saturn, I think, had a German translation. So I'd be quite interested to see what his name is really. Unfortunately not yet, sir. We cannot proceed with Operation Yggdrasil until you do. Oh, it's Yggdrasil, that's it. Operation Yggdrasil until you do. Find it, Mullen, and find it soon. We are now implementing a plan in the forest near the Dom ruins. We will have good news if we succeed. Yes, it's possible we will gain something. I'm expecting good news. So, shall we head for the Dom ruins? Has anyone forgotten anything? First we have to cross over the Wrangell Mountains south of New Power. The Dom ruins are in the desert over there. Alright, let's go to the Dom ruins. Right, let's get a swift recover and a save. I'm going to take a couple of minutes to go make myself a cup of tea and just nip to the toilet basically. So don't go anywhere. Back in a few minutes. I'm probably going to keep going for like another hour yet. But just bear with me. Here we go, gang. Got a cup of tea. Got the dressing gown on. Probably never wondered, but that's a stormtrooper, and my girlfriend, my wife, got me a dressing gown that has stormtroopers all over it. So, we have two things we can do right now. We've got a spare mana egg, so the best thing to do is nip back to New Palm, and we can pick up another magic element. So, what we want to do, so the next area that we go through is going to have 2 mana eggs, and we want to get water on everybody for a start. Water is great. It gives you MP and HP when you level up, so it's actually really useful to get it leveled up. Fina's probably the best bet. Come to think of it, we're not really going to use it that much. So Wrangle Mountains 1 and Wrangle Mountains 2 have mana eggs that we want. So we have to kind of troll around and adventure a little bit to find the eggs, really. So like we did before, we're just gonna keep attacking, really, and if we see an opportunity to yeah, the enemies on this game make some really weird sounds, but essentially we're gonna just plough ahead, and if we see an opportunity to hit multiple targets with fire, or if we get 4 targets, we're just going to smash them with burn flame. Oh wow, I don't think I'll be able to interrupt that in time. Oh dear. Oh god. Yeah, confusion is quite painful in this game. So this is where we're going to start to see like an uptick in how much damage enemies can deal to us. So the game's quite forgiving in that it doesn't kind of just throw damage at you until you've actually got some magical means to heal yourself. Up until this point, the most dangerous thing was the Squid King, and you had plenty of healing items. So, we'll use Sue. So, she needs 60 experience to level up. And, by the way, I apologise for this, because the flashing effect you get when you heal is absolutely savage. So, I feel like I need to put some kind of warning on for, like, epilepsy. Let's see. Right, this is great. So we've actually got 5 targets here. So that's going to come towards there. Target that one. So Fina's going to get the chance to use Burn Flame. Oh, we're probably going to kill one of them by accident, actually. Yeah, kill one by accident.
Oh, flame burn 'em! Pretty easy.
Dancing 50 years for it. Yeah, we got a lot of experience from that. So we got 19 skill points for that, which is pretty good, to be honest. Yeah, that's what I'm like. But yeah, for anybody else who hasn't played it, Grandia 2 is also a pretty awesome game. I'd actually argue that Grandia 2 is kind of more oh god, possibly is probably more beginner friendly than Grandia 1. Mainly because Grandia 1 has this sort of slightly complex leveling system. Grandia 2, when you finish a fight, you get magic coins and you get skill coins, and you can spend them on anyone, which is kind of great because it allows you to really specialise, and if you know what you're doing, you can get access to some pretty powerful skills fairly quickly. See if we can't like paralyze her at one of them. Sadly, Grandia 2 is also where power versions stopped. So if you're in the UK, you would have never seen the other Grandia games. Yeah, it's pretty powerful. It like just flares your eyes. It's crazy. Sadly, we're going to see a lot of it. I might do you do a little bit of a heal grind usually, and I think I'll do it off stream so I don't like blind people. So we should be able to get a cheeky burn flame off that will just kill everything really.
Burn out.
Oh yeah, that's all of them.
What a cinch.
Yeah, 28 fire points, fantastic. Yeah, we need to find the mana egg. Can I actually get... No, I can't get 2 burn flames. Oh, Fina might be able to. Can Fina do 2 burn flames yet? No, just 1. That's a shame. I actually think we've got gear upgrades for Fina that I forgot about.
Pretty easy, right, puppy?
Grandia 2 is great. It's got a really interesting story, and it's got one of my favourite grudge matches of all times. There's a couple of wayward brothers that end up basically fighting each other to the death, and it is fantastic. And what makes matters even better is that there's an achievement on the Steam version of Grandia 2. Because it's basically you and 3 other people versus your wayward brother, right? And you have this grudge match. If you make the rest of your party just sit there and defend, or just buff the main character, there's an achievement for basically fighting your brother one-on-one and kicking his ass. There we go, there's a shield thing. Ah, there we go. Man rag. Yoink. So this manrag I just picked up is probably going to be used to teach Justin water magic.
Hip hip hooray!
What have we got here? Ooh. So these things that look like bread and baguettes on the floor, they're usually permanent stat increases, and it's well worth grabbing them really. Try and get rid of one of these, I think. Maybe Justin can get rid of the bird.
Don't do it!
Oh no, Phoenix has been poisoned.
All right, we won.
So this is a move seed, which grants you +2 max SP. When you get permanent increase at stuff, the best thing to do is just dump it all in Justin. So by the end of this game, Justin will be pretty much unstoppable. The rest of the team will be about where they should be. Justin, on the other hand, is going to be a whole different beast of himself, really. He's just designed that way. Well, he's not, but his moves are, if that makes sense. So the way that the game works is you have a set of weapons, and then you have the 4 elements that you can level up, and the 4 elements all provide you with a stat increase. So yeah, so you get wit, which is like speed from fire, HP from water, I think you get strength from earth, and then agility from wind. Now, everybody has those 4. Your weapons are different depending on your characters. So, Fina gets agility, wit, and HP from her weapons. So she doesn't gain any extra strength, so she's never going to hit very, very hard. Justin, on the other hand, gets bonus vitality from mace with HP, and he gets +2 strength from axes and +1 from swords. So over time, Justin is going to become very, very strong. Very strong. Just by using weapons, basically. So I'm going to give him this iron mace because he needs to level maces. And over time, he's going to develop into an absolute monstrosity. In comparison, Fina will become very good at magic, and she has some very unique magic we'll get access to later on that are very powerful. She's also one of your faster characters. She's very fast, which is a big benefit, really.
Not bad, eh?
We go. Oh. Yoke. Oh, Medal of Yore. Restores SP during attacks. This is perfect. So, this is Justin's new medal. That's just so that he can use his attacks more often. Pretty soon we're going to get access to a move called Shockwave, which is the first AoE weapon-like skill that we get, basically. And that is going to do wonders for leveling weapons. Little spring. We're going to go into a camp screen. This is awesome. You know, it's pretty safe here. Instead of pushing on, I think we should camp here tonight. So, when you play the Grandia games, or at least the first two, your characters just like to kind of crash in random places. They'll just like pitch a tent and sleep there, and you get this camp menu. And so you can talk to your characters to learn more about what's going on, or sometimes sometimes you can learn lore about the characters themselves. Are you okay, Sue? After so much hiking, you must be tired. I'm not tired at all. Hey, we're all adventurers, right? This sort of stuff's a cinch. Oh, okay, I'm relieved then. If you don't mind me asking, what were your lives like back in Palm? Justin was a real troublemaker. Same as he is now. Fina, what were you like as a child? Huh? Me? Well, I was always with my big sister. She was very kind to me. But 2 years ago, she left. She'd suddenly decided to join the military. You mean your sister is in the Carlisle forces? You know, we saw several female soldiers at the Salt Ruins. I wonder if she was one of them. Wait a minute, Sue. Those girls were all ugly and mean. None of them could possibly be Fina's sister. Yeah, those three we saw were so mean. What about the one that was next to the blonde? She was quiet and pretty too. Oh yeah. Well, I sure hope your sister is doing well. Yeah, I guess. Thanks for your concern, Sue. That's strange. When I first met you on the steamer, I would never have thought that we'd be camping together like this. That's because you didn't have much confidence in me at first. Yeah, but that's because Justin's really still a kid. She didn't have any choice. But now I know I can count on Justin. Look how much he's done already. Hey Justin, are we going to the Dom Ruins to look for Angelo artifacts? Didn't we talk about this before? We're heading for a Lent. The Dom Ruins is just a stop on the way. A Lent? I've never heard of that place before. I hadn't heard of it until recently. Maybe it was the Angelo capital. But you can bet it'll be amazing. But after the Dom Ruins lies the Misty Forest. After that is the end of the world. That's right. So where is the Lent? We've got to go to Dom to find out. Maybe just to the end of the world. Wait a minute, Justin. No one's ever come back from the Misty Forest. You said just to the end of the world. Fina, you don't understand yet. There's no such word as impossible for an adventurer. We can do it. Justin, your brave talk is inspiring me. You're right. We can do it. The Misty Forest and the end of the world are both close to here, so it's no big deal getting to them. First we go to the Dom Ruins, then to a Lent, and after that, to the end of the world. I slept great. Yeah. The air is so cool and refreshing. Good morning, you two. What a beautiful morning. Oh, Fina, you always wake up so early. Well, of course. The yawns are catching me. Looks like you two still have a long way to go to become adventurers. Oh, cut it out, Fina. It was the same when I met you. Oops, swabbing the deck of the steam. Oops, oh yeah, right. Justin, I think luck is on our side today. The air is very clear this morning, so we can see real far. Look, there's the misty forest and the end of the world. Wow, it's huge. All of that is the misty forest. Fina, I can see the misty forest, but where's the end of the world? Look higher up, Justin, toward the horizon. Oh wow, that huge wall is the end of the world? Right, that's the end of the world. So do you believe me now? That is the end of the world. I don't know. I need to get closer to tell. I've got to see it myself. I'm so excited now. I just know that Alent is waiting for us somewhere in that forest. Justin, you're the first person I know gets excited just by looking at scenery. So let's get going, huh? Once we cross the Wrangle Mountains, the Dom ruins are right there. Okay, let's go. Our first destination, the Dom ruins. We should be fully recovered, so we can just whack out it. Yeah, we're good to go. So, we're now at the other side of the Wrangle Mountains, and we're going back down. And there should be another manor egg somewhere. Stay away, evil birds. So, because of the way that your party follows behind you, the more party members you have, the more likely you are to get caught and ambushed. So the more people you have, the more beneficial it is to like aggressively pick fights with creatures, because you might not be able to dodge through them. So one of the things that I really love about this game is pacing. So you tend to get like a good half hour of fighting monsters and adventuring between, you know, like various plot points. But the thing that usually gets me about this is because of the way that you get progressively less experience the higher that you level past things. It urges you to go from area to area and not just like stick in one place. Oh wow, that burn flame only at 3 things. So it kind of urges you to keep pushing forward and not it kind of disincentivizes you to just sit there and grind and grind and grind and grind to make the game too easy for you, which is kind of great, really, because you don't want to. That's one thing that you don't want to ever have to feel when you play an RPG, is that you get to a boss, you can't progress, so the only natural thing for you to do is to grind. And Grandia has pretty much the perfect difficulty level to avoid that. Like, even if you're drastically underleveled, well, inefficient at leveling up, you can still get through the end of the game. You just might have to rely on consumables. Yeah, that's one thing I really love about all the games, is that microtransactions just don't exist. So it's never something that you need to be concerned about. I really dislike the nature of microtransactions in DLC. Saying that, I'm notoriously bad for buying skins in Dota 2 and stuff.
Hip hip hooray!
I can kind of see why companies are kind of going that route, because they feel like they can't make as good profit margins on games for the same prices these days. But then I can kind of understand that, but at the same time it's kind of like there has to be a different way to do it than what you are doing, because you're not trying to figure out a way to achieve the same profit margins that you always have done. You're figuring out ways to just basically milk people, and that's not good. I actually have this really insidious, I think it's like a TED talk or something, by this guy. I think he's Swedish, and it's called like "Let's Go Whaling" or something like that. And it's like a really insidious TED talk about this guy who is telling people the psychological reasoning and thought process on how to attract and milk money out of whales in your game, and it is something special. Blind warning. Well, exactly. I dislike the sort of. That's what I mean by kind of milking you. I think what gets to me more than that necessarily, because like there's some okay games with DLC and things like that. Like so in terms of like doing it right. Pillars of Eternity is a really good thing. So when Pillars of Eternity came out, it didn't have a AAA price tag, and I think we had 2 expansions that you paid good money for, and you got a good amount of content. Witcher 3 is another good example where they had a full game to start with, and they'd, oh good God, Justin, what are you doing? Good Lord, boy. Yeah, Witcher 3 was a great example of you had a full game,
Now you'll be okay.
and then the DLC you bought was both a good price and it opened up a lot of
All right,
content
we
for you.
won.
So it was kind of worth it. Yeah. But like, yeah, FIFA is. I mean, all you have to do. There was a thing where a spokeswoman from FIFA tried to justify the card packs that you can buy for real money, and that was a treat to watch. Blind warning. And but yeah, FIFA is a perfect example of how not to do it. That is borderline criminal, and no. FIFA is borderline criminal. It's ridiculous. In fact, there's been a lot of studies of people with gambling addictions that have gone to play FIFA, and then they've got addicted to the card system because. I mean, we're covering addicts, and you just, their escape from real life problems is to go and play a computer game, and you have a mechanic that, if you want to argue isn't gambling, sure. I mean, it's a thin sheet of ice to die on, but if it's like it, I mean, it isn't, to be fair. Well, let's not beat around the bush, it is gambling. But even if it was just similar to it, for somebody who's recovering from like a gambling addiction, it's just a trap.
What a cinch.
Saying that, I think the most egregious thing, though, that I dislike about things like the card system in FIFA, Genshin Impact is another game that I'll have a poke at. So I've played a bit of Genshin Impact, and I immediately stopped playing it after a few sessions because to unlock the most interesting characters in that game that occasionally join your party for a short length of time is to invest in them primogen things, which is the same thing. You're gambling for a character and you're hoping to get one. I quite dislike those games, and the reason that I really dislike them at the minute is obviously is streamers, to be honest. So I don't. Okay, that sounds bad. I don't really have a problem with Genshin Impact streamers, but what I do have a problem with is there's a subset of streamers out there that will play a game like Genshin Impact. Nice. And that if they're a fairly well-established streamer, they'll make quite a bit of money streaming that game, playing that game, etc. And where it becomes slightly problematic for me is that income that they get, they can funnel that into the game to give people a one-of-a-kind experience. By watching, so to speak. And a Genshin Impact streamer that's making a fair bit of money can pump all that money into making sure they've got the more rare characters, basically. And the issue you've got with that is it kind of simultaneously leads into the problem of people gambling and whaling, because you've got a lot of people out there especially younger impressionable people that will want to have that same experience and will want to have the same characters, you know, their favourite streamer who's playing that game at the minute. And that really can, in like an almost insidious way, kind of feed back to itself to get people to just put money into the game.
What a cinch!
And I find it slightly more insidious because it's... I don't know if they did it by accident or not, but it's almost purpose-built to take advantage of that system. Or alternatively, guys, you can just play games from the 90s where microtransactions didn't exist.
Pretty easy, right, Puppy?
Hey, there's the Manrag. So, this game can be slightly inconsistent. Sometimes mana eggs look like mana eggs, and sometimes mana eggs look like bags that have items inside, and it can be a little frustrating sometimes. So, head back to the town of Newpam, and we have 2 elements to get. When we go through the next ruin, we're going to get another one, another egg to use. So for now, we're going to make sure that everybody's got water. And ideally we want either wind and water on Fina for Blizzard, or we want earth for Justin for explosion. Now realistically we're not going to get 4 characters for a while, which is when levelling up earth would be best, so we can get a little bit of a jump start on it, but wind could be better. Might be the best way to do it. What might be? Wind first. Yeah, so it's either earth for Justin or wind for Fina. And I'm leaning more towards wind for Fina. So, if we take a look at Fina's magic now, a couple of moves. So, we get Howl, and Howl is a pretty large AoE. And then we get ranks 2, 3-2, which is probably cold. And then there's 10 and 12 over there. So, these spells mix together pretty well. In fact, 3 and 2 might be Crackle. So, wind and water make blizzard or ice, and ice spells are really useful. And wind and fire make lightning. So I think she's got all Zap. It might be Dragon Zap. It's a really powerful skill once you've got up that high. But wind and water are definitely great. So now we're going to go to the Dom Ruins. I'm sorry guys, but I'm going to blind you a little bit. So this is the road to the Dom Ruins. And there's all sorts of weird little critters knocking about. For now, I'd just, unless you specifically want something, I'd just run past everything, because we're going to have to come through here anyway later on, and there's nothing special to pick up. There's no weapons to pick up or anything like that. So we don't really have to worry about missing anything. And this leads us to the Dom Ruins. The Dom Ruins is a fantastic place. It's also where the game gets a little silly. When I came here before, it was full of Garlisle soldiers and I wasn't able to go inside. So this is my first time inside the ruins. I don't know what will happen, so we must be careful. Okay. Now let's go. So, what makes Dom Ruins really useful is that save point right there. So, I'm going to show you how this works. These red slimes here, they can cast a skill called Divide. That one's about to cast it right there. And they have quite a bit of HP. So, when a slime divides, it divides itself into 4. And that gives us a lot more targets to hit with spells. And they also keep the level of HP they've got. So there you go, I've now got that one target is now 4 targets. And all you really have to do is be careful of they can spam that slime gas and that would be problematic, but it's okay. So these all have 27 HP, so we'll kill this other one. So even if they divide, they're just going to divide into more slimes with 27 HP. There you go, look. So now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, there's a lot more. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 slimes. And now I'm going to use burn. Oh no, I can't use burn flame. I'll use Howl. I forgot to recover. I'll just use burn flame. Howl will probably do it though.
Blow them away!
So I'm going to hit all of these with Howl. Yeah. So
Not bad,
she's
eh?
only just got Howl magic, wind magic, and that spell alone gave her 54 wind. And so we can actually kind of abuse these red slimes to get a lot of experience relatively quickly for any spell with an AoE, basically. Bigger the better. Which, you know, it helps us build up wind, so I guess the question then becomes, well dude, why didn't you just get wind magic for everyone? Or fire magic for everyone? This is where the second bit comes in, and this is where unfortunately I'm going to blind you for a little while. So if you move down here, you fight these orcs. So these are not particularly dangerous, you don't really have to worry too much about these, but you don't want to use any of your magic. Quick enough. Oh, there we go.
Not bad, eh?
So, we clear those out of there. And what you will find is that there's these things, see these heads on the walls here? These are traps. So if you go through, you'll find that one of them, that one, so just stand in front of it and, you know, keep moving like this, it'll trigger pretty frequent. This is damaging my party bar. Oh. Be careful of those bats, because they'll gang. So now everybody barely has any HP. So if I go to Magic and Fina and heal, so close your eyes if you don't want to get blinded. So you want to dump all of Fina's magic into 69 HP. Nice. So basically you dump everybody's MP into just healing your own power. The entire time they're gaining... if you fight the bats and get rid of them, that would probably be a better idea. The entire time you're getting some experience for your water magic. And we're gonna speed this along. We need everybody to get to level 3 water magic. When you get to level 3 water magic, you can use the slimes to level your water magic instead, and it's far more efficient. There we go, so we've got 3 points left. After a while you kind of get used to doing it with your eyes closed. A little temperamental sometimes. Right, so Sue has 6 left. So what have we got here? Let's do a little quick count. So Sue's 2.5, Fina's 2.25, and we've got 2 spells left, so we can. There we go. Cosmic Stun. So if we go back to the save point now, we can recover now. Because we just recovered, we haven't respawned the creatures, so we can literally just walk back here to the trap, tank his party, and recover again, and just keep going around and doing that. If you want to make it safer, just clear out these bats as well.
Oh, flame burn 'em! Pretty easy.
But every point in water magic that we get translates to plus 1 HP, I think, or plus 2 HP even. Something like that. Let's do Fina first. Yeah, this seems like boring. Give me another 5 minutes and we're gonna make this interesting. That's sounding good. Yeah, that's her water done. So let's get Sue. Sue next. So usually I don't invest in Sue, and the reason is that, slight spoilers, Sue is not a permanent character. You won't have Sue with you at the end of the game. So I usually don't invest in her. water magic is the only time I will invest in it. And it's because you get pretty good returns for it, to be honest. It's nice having a dedicated healer, which is what I use Sue for, basically. But on top of that, she has some skills that use water. Right, so we need one more round. Yeah, you get some sleep, so flash your call. It was wonderful having you. Thank you very much for the fight as well. Get some good rest. So, everybody's got level 3 water magic now, and so they've learnt a new first level skill. So let's save the game. And this is really how you take advantage of systems like this. So, if you have a look at snooze, what snooze does is it puts all the enemies to sleep, and it costs 2 NP. So we can cast 7 snoozes. 7 with Justin, 8 with Fina, and 6 with Sue. So as long as we've got full HP, we can just repeatedly snooze things. So what we want to do is find some red slimes. Because red slimes are just the best. There's all sorts of other things you can fight around here, but you really want red slimes. No, not those. If need, there we go. Red slimes. So, you can badonk them if you want. I would advise not to do so. And what you want to do is set your party to just endure. And these will actually divide pretty reliably, to be honest. And when they're not dividing, they'll come and attack you and group up. So we've got another one dividing there. They can't do too much damage to you, and what you'll find is a lot of them will actually end up getting stuck on one another. But we've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 9. Okay, 9's good. We can work with 9. Go ahead and snooze it.
Come on, everyone! Let's go!
So they've all just been put to sleep. There's one. No, slime guessing. So they do have a limit to how many they can have on the screen at once. I can't remember what it is. But once they're in this situation, we're just going to spam snooze. And what we'll find is that every 2 to 3 casts of snooze per character, they'll get a level of water magic. In particular, we're looking for level 5. I think it's level 5, which should give us all heal on some characters. And honestly, that's going to make this game a lot easier in the upcoming boss fight, in some of the upcoming boss fights.
Come on, everyone! Let's go!
Take that!
There you go. Water level up. So what would usually take me, you know, like throwing spells at enemies over and over again, healing my own party like 15 times, we can do it in 3 or 4 casts with snooze on all these slimes. I think we can get more slimes, you know. But by the time I've exhausted MP, I should have got a few levels at least.
Come on, everyone! Let's go!
Fina having naturally more MP just gets to accelerate quicker, which is good, that's what we want.
Yeah.
The extra MP that you get is super useful because if you get more casts of spells like Burn Flame, it makes it so much easier when you fight bosses or tough enemies. If you get into like a sticky situation, you can just drop Burn Flame and walk off.
Yeah.
Also, you get HP from leveling water. So using water this way will help you level it in the long
Everyone,
run.
let's go!
By far. The snooze trick is pretty relevant the entire time that you do it. There you go. Sue has learned all heal.
Take that!
And that's going to allow her to heal the entire party for probably about 50 HP, give or take. Which, at this moment in time, is massive. The best thing is, you can just repeatedly do this, by the way. Yeah, so it's 4 MP, but it'll really pick up your party if you're in trouble. Justin can nearly use 2 Burn Flames. So when you level up a spell, it gives you plus 1 MP. That MP can be any level, like 1, 2 or 3. So if we get lucky, we'll end up being able to use Burn Flame twice quite early on.
Come on, everyone! Let's go!
When you're coming across a boss that has maybe, 1000 HP, if you can get 2 Burn Flames off on 2 different people, that could be like a third of its HP just gone already. Yeah, Justin's got all heal.
Yeah.
So you can reliably use these slimes to divide up to situations like this, and then you can just go ahead and like destroy them all with like Burn Flame, and you'll get a lot of fire experience too.
Let's go! Here we go!
Take that!
Let's see what we got. We've got 4 left.
Yeah.
So Sue's out of MP. It won't be long until Justin is as well. Yeah, Justin's got 1 more cast, and then he might be able to get off Burn Flame. So Justin's fire magic is very important. So for Justin, fire and earth is very, very important. And and Fina has wind and water. That's really important. So we want, I think we want level 7 with fire and level 6 with earth at a very specific point in the game to rapidly accelerate Justin's growth. So I'm going to let him get rid of all the slime, well, the majority of the slimes with burn flame. So if we target this one, I reckon. Oh, actually, yeah, maybe this one with burn flame. We should get all of them, I think. If not, my backup will be Fina targeting this one with burn flame. It should kill them all. There we go.
All right, we won.
So watch this screen now. So Justin got 292 water, Sue got 256, Fina 372, and Justin got 45 fire points for finishing them all off with burn flame. And we got that in one encounter. So if you look at the moves now, Justin's strongest element is now water, and they've all got, well, they've all got some water. Fina now has 6 water. So Fina could do with working with wind magic. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do the same thing again, but instead of having Fina spam water magic, I'm going to have her just spam howl a few times. Because howl shouldn't do enough damage to kill the slimes outright. You should have to cast it 2 or 3 times to really get anywhere. Can't say no to loot. So this is a blue medicine which gives you 20 MP of all levels to an ally. These are really rare and you can't buy them usually. The game doesn't really do anything to tell you that either. So it's very, very good to keep hold of them. Cover that. So if we go, if you find that you can't find any slimes, which is pretty probable, if you go back this way and just exit the area and come back, that should put a load of slimes back on the map for you. This way. Oh, maybe not. You can also save and reload a game, or you can fight these ones. So this will be a slime and a sand diver. So if you just kill off the sand diver, they should be able to do that. There we go. So we just defend a bunch of times and they'll divide again. So there we go, divide. So I'm just going to try and... oh, I can't do it, okay. I wanted to try and get my characters relatively close together so that they group together whenever they're trying to attack us. So that's slime attack. So I don't think they can lower your defense, but they can't really do anything else. So they will divide eventually. You just have to be a little patient with them. They might also just like absolutely gang up on one character.
They're there!
Oh, she's probably gonna die.
They're there!
They only divide once? I'm sure they divide more than once. Oh, there we go, that one's dividing. So we now have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8. See if we can't get another one to divide. Is that one to divide? It's that, I guess. We don't like it. Oh, good night, Luna. Pleasure having you as usual. Let's just start snoozing.
Take that!
We won't get as many points, but we don't want to let it get too dangerous. Yeah, you get some good rest. I'm probably not going to be on too much longer, maybe another 10 minutes or so while I finish this fight, and then we're going to call it a day. So thank you very much for everybody who stopped by, and thank you very much for the raids. We'll probably be back on Thursday night. Same thing again. I'll probably end up doing Final Fantasy and then following it up with some wonderful Grandia.
Take that!
Come on, everyone! Let's go!
Yeah! Take that!
Yeah, the major benefit of doing this, besides picking up all heal, is just having a bigger MP pool, to be honest.
Let's go!
It's so much easier to level spells when you have a decent sized MP pool to work with. And every time we level up we get an extra MP, and every 2 levels we might be able to cast an extra snooze. But it all kind of adds up in the end, because you've got like, so we've got 16 and 8 now. We've got some level 3 magic, which we really want 1 and 2, really. Level 3 we're not going to use as much of.
Take that!
Come on, everyone! Let's go!
Yeah!
So when we do eventually lose Sue, as a companion. She's going to leave behind some books that allow her to transfer 1/3 of the experience she's got to one of the other heroes, basically. And healing magic, well, water magic tends to be very, very powerful for Fina. And it's going to help her access some of the higher end freezing abilities early. Because we're going to get Crackle, but then we want to upgrade it into Crackling. And
everyone,
Crackling is,
go!
especially for boss fights, for the MP that you cast with it, is a very powerful ability. And it'll come in handy in quite a lot of boss fights. So the earlier you can get access to it, the better. Healer. So Healer is basically heal, but it does medium HP instead of light. Right now, it's probably overkill for the HP levels that we have.
Come on, everyone! Let's go!
So the next time we have a Fina turn, I'm going to let her use Howl, which will probably kill some of the slimes, and then I'll finish the rest off with Burn Flame.
Take that!
Just in the
Come
healer.
on, everyone!
I think that's level
Go!
7 healer. If we use Howl on... Wait, she got 3 left. Oh yeah. So if we use Howl on this one, this should have a pretty good reach.
Oh, wind, blow them away!
Oh yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we'll let Justin use Burn Flame on the rest. Oh, there we go.
Burnout! All right, we won!
That we did. So yeah, again, people got like 200 experience. So that's 2 full levels of water. Which gives us HP plus 1 and MP plus 2. I think at 1 MP is 2. So to start with, when we started putting elements on Justin and Sue, Sue had 8 MP and Justin had 10 in level 1. And then he only had 6 MP in level 2. So he's picked up like 12 MP plus another 2, so that's like 14 MP. It's quite a lot. It's basically doubled his reserve. Fina's is impressive with 11 level 2. So she puts a little bit more effort in. She might have 12 and she'll be able to get 3 burn flames out. And that will really accelerate how fast she can level her fire magic. Let's go down that way. Yeah, that right there is basically just a bit of prep. So it didn't take as long. What was that, about 20 minutes? Something like that. And we've ended up with level 8 water magic on some characters. So Fina needs a couple more levels in wind to access one of the abilities that we wanted to have. which will be really good. And it, again, you can get access to other abilities like Snooze. I think there's one called Cold or Freeze that's a really good example. And it lowers your... It's basically like slow, and it slows down how fast you can progress through the act gauge. That's another good one to kind of grind points on. Sue nearly has 7 in Mace, which will be really useful. That's a new ability. There's not much to do with Fina apart from just leave her with a whip for now. Those whip abilities are really cool. Justin is plodding along with his mace, so another level in mace and he's going to have shockwave, and that's going to really make it easy for us to level his weapon skills, at least in the short term. But we really do need, I think it's 7 in fire, so Justin's going to be putting in quite a bit of effort to level that fire, and then he'll have earth. After Dom Ruins, he's going to get another mana egg and he'll end up with earth, and he'll be grinding that. But yeah, for now I'm going to leave it there because it's 1:30, and to be honest, I think I just want to get myself a cup of tea, get myself a hot shower, maybe grab a snack, and then get myself to bed.